Let's say goodbye to chronic back pain and hello to a healthier new you with this quick, no equipment follow along flow. Hey guys, Dr. Kristie Ennis. Welcome to Follow Me Friday, where motion is lotion. Starting off in a seated position, resting those hands gently above the knees. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, arch the spine, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the head, and then tuck that chin, round those shoulders forward in that spine. So there's one. Get a nice flow of breath going here. 2, we're just gonna do 3. 1 more. Staying in this position, I am gonna put my left hand down, right arm is gonna sweep up, and that left elbow can bend a little bit. And then from here to really stretch out those lats and that spine, I'm gonna bring both arms around, and then I'm gonna bring that right arm down by my side, left arm overhead. So we're just getting a nice breath. Try to keep that hip anchored down, and then we're going to swing it around again. So we're going to get, again, 3 to each side here, and this should feel really good, opening up that side body. Like I said, those lats, the middle spine even a little bit too. And we're going to get 1 more on each side. If this is an uncomfortable position for you to be in, please know that you can go ahead and put a couch cushion, or I have a yoga block next to me if you happen to have one of those with you as well. Just to sit underneath your hips helps to open everything up a little bit more. Good. I'm going to come sweep it down around again, but you don't have to either. And come all the way back up to the middle. Hands are going to cross in front as long as that's comfortable. I'm going to pull that belly button in, and I'm going to lean it back. Now I'm going to use those abs to pull me back up, and I'm going to reach it forward. Let that head come down. Coming back up nice and slow and controlled. I'm leaning back as far as I can without lifting my legs up and without hurting my spine or my hips. So that's going to be different for everybody. We're going to do 3 with 1 leg crossed in front, and then we'll switch it up and whoops, see that lift? And then we'll cross the other leg in front. So we're getting those abs engaged as well as getting that spine moving. So I'm gonna switch so that now I can stretch out this other hip as well. And hip mobility and flexibility is 100% important for spinal mobility too. I lean it back. Can tell which side of me is tighter. And we've got 1 more here. And then we're going to actually lie right on down onto our backs. Really follow along with that breathing to really reach. I'm going to hold this just a touch longer and give a little press because it just feels so good. And I'm going to get my block out of the way. And then, like I said, we're going to actually go right down onto our backs. And you can keep your hands by your side or bring them out to the side, whatever's more comfortable for you. But I'm going to keep my feet together, and I'm going to rotate my knees down over to one side as my head turns the opposite way. Take a nice deep breath in the middle, and then exhale as I rotate to the other side. So we're getting all that spine moving actually at this point. If it does not feel good to you to turn your head, you just leave your head right in the middle, and there's nothing wrong with that. You should start to feel a nice big stretch here. Also, it is totally okay if your legs do not go all the way down to the side. You want to go within your comfort level. Remember, this is supposed to feel good. And I'm going to go 1 more actually to each side, and then we'll obviously pause back in the middle. Yummy and yay. I'm going to take this left leg, cross it all the way over, and now I'm going to drop my legs down over to the right side. And that should feel like a lovely stretch in through here. Bringing 1 hand behind the head, and I'm going to think about leading from those abs and coming straight up. Try not to pull with that head or neck. Really, like I said, leading from those abs, but I'm not lifting up super duper high, so I'm not flexing the spine a whole lot. We're going to get 10 like this, so that's 3, 4, try to breathe out as you come up, 5, and again, if you can't cross all the way, that's okay too. You can uncross that leg, no problem. 7, I just love this stretch. 8, even if you can just cross a little, that's okay too. 9, 1 more is 10, and I'm going to bring my arms back out to the side, keep this same leg crossed, But now I'm gonna drop it over to the other side. So I'm actually stretching out almost more of the inside of the opposite hip, just for a couple breaths. Yay. And then back to the middle. I'm gonna uncross. We gotta get this all on the other side, of course. Crossing that right leg over, dropping those legs to the left side. Again, stretching out that back and that hip. Right hand behind the head. Breathe in and then lift it up. So abs, right? Targeting those obliques a little bit more too. And 10 on this side too. So there's 3, 4. Try to leave that elbow open if you can. 5, if that's uncomfortable. Again, you can always cross here too. 6, 7. Feels better for me to support my head and neck a little bit. That's 8. 2 more. 9 and 10. Coming back to the middle. Remember, leave this leg crossed as long as it feels okay. We're going to drop down to that other side. Whew, getting the opposite hip stretched out a little bit too. And again, just a nice couple breaths here. Hang out. Be limp and loose. And then come back to the middle with a little alliteration, right? I'm going to bring the soles of my feet together and I'm going to drop those knees open. I'm actually just going to kind of rock it on down a little bit, opening up that inner thigh. You here, until we get into that ab, you can let that back arch and flatten a little bit. Do some pelvic tilts if it feels good. Otherwise, just hold your back and your spine in whatever position is comfortable. And we've taken a couple breaths here. Now we're going to add some abs on. Cross in front if that feels better, or cross behind the head. Again, leading from those abdominals, I'm going to lift up, add a little rotation, not a yank, right? Leading from the abs, rotating and coming back down. So there's 1, 2. If you don't remember how to breathe or which part you need to breathe on, just remember breathing in general is key. I think it feels best to breathe out as I come up on the working part. 6, 7, we're getting 20 total, so we get 10 on each side. 8, 9, notice I'm not lifting high, but I totally feel these in my abs. 10, halfway. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, you can always bring your knees together if you need to, if that's starting to get uncomfortable for you. No big deal. And we have 2 more to go. Last one. Good. We're going into a happy baby pose, right? There's a lot of yoga-like things in this one today. So you can either grab underneath the thighs, or if it's comfortable for you, you can grab the outside of the feet. And I am not as flexible as a baby anymore, but this still does feel good. So from here, just a brief pause. And then I'm going to bring my knees together and my legs into that 90-90 at the hips and knees for tabletop. Pull that belly button in, lift, not using my head, and my arms are going to reach off to one side, come back down, reach off to the other side, and then I'm going back into that happy baby. Maybe give a little rock side to side, and then right back into it. Reach and reach. Again, I'm breathing out as I lift up. You do what feels best for you. Some days I just want to hang out in happy baby for a while. And then those knees back together, tabletop, lift again. I'm not pushing my abs out, right? We want to avoid the bloop. That's 3. We're going to get just 5 of these. You could always do more when we're done. 4. 1 more. Bring those knees in. See if you can even get them a little wider this time. Back to the middle, that little lift, that little reach to the side, not with your head, right? Leave those legs right where they are. I'm going to bring my hands down to my side. I'm going to straighten, I'm going to straighten one leg out. The other one stays bent. And I'm slowly alternating. Again, making sure that I'm not changing my spine position or pushing that belly out. And of course, breathing. You don't have to point your toes, but you can if you want to. Right, here we go. Few more to go here. Just feels lovely. This next one's going to even feel more lovely, yet challenging. Okay, good. 1 more on the other side. Okay, legs are going to go straight this time. Now, if you can get them all the way straight, if not, that would be great. If not, it's okay to leave a little bend in here too. But you're gonna take both hands behind one leg. Opposite leg's gonna lower a little bit as you pull in this straight leg towards your chest. And then we're switching, right? So I'm only lowering the opposite leg as low as I can without, again, shifting in that spine position. But this is an awesome stretch for the hamstrings too. Again, remember, if need be, you can totally bend those knees a little bit just to feel a nice gentle pull behind the back of the leg, not an intense pull. That's important. We're gonna get a couple more here. Oh, and if you flex those toes back, you get the calf muscles in there a little bit more too. My abs are actually shaking. I can feel it right now. Don't forget the breathing, right? Ah, I really do love to have some mobility. Good. Okay. With control, we're going to go right on over to our hands and knees. I'm going to roll onto my side first so that I don't stress and strain anything too much. So again, hands and knees here, shoulders stacked over those wrists, best you can. We're gonna get that cat-cow again, but in kind of this traditional position. So breathe in, lift that head, arch that spine, squeeze those shoulder blades, and then round. And again, we'll get about 3 here. So that was 1, 2, and 3. And then landing back in that neutral spine. I'm gonna take my left arm and I'm gonna raise it up towards the ceiling. As long as it's okay on your head, you're gonna let that follow. And it's okay if your arm doesn't go all the way up. And then I'm gonna slide it through, trying to rest that shoulder on the ground. Again, just a brief pause. Now I'm not putting this arm down. I'm taking this left arm and that right leg right out into a little bird dog. And then knee goes back down. Arm comes up, through, and then out. So that's 2. Let's get 1 more, right? Lots of balance, lots of core work here with this one, especially if you slow it down and go nice and controlled. Last one. Now stay here and add a little tuck for 3. So there's 1, 2, and last one. 3, putting those hands down. Let's just take a quick pause, a little bit of a child's pose, stretch those arms out. You can always put your hands on, again, weights sometimes helps if you've got some wrist discomfort there too. But let's get that all on the other side. So arms gonna open, I'm gonna look up as long as it feels okay. And then I'm sliding right through without putting that arm back down. Right arm forward, left leg out. Left leg goes down, right arm opens up again in that little flow. So that's 2. All right, got that little bird dog. And 1 more in that pattern, and then we're adding that tuck. Right, opposite arm and leg. And then now go ahead and tuck for 1. 2. Sometimes it feels better with my thumb turned up on my shoulder. That's why I changed that position. 3. And then go back into that little child's pose again. We are almost done. We've really only got 1 more little challenge here to go. So I'm gonna go back into that hands and knees position. I'm gonna tuck my toes and I'm gonna lift those knees up just so I'm in a bit of a hover. And now I'm working legs, yes, obviously, but those lower abs are really working hard. So we're gonna barely hover and lift, right? I'm not arching and rounding the spine. I'm just kind of drop down, lift. Now my arms are working hard too. So there's 4. See if you can stay with me and get 10, 5, 6, 7, and I'll link some more abs for you too. 8, 9, and 10. And then let's just end it here. 1 more last lovely little child's pose. Good job today, you guys.